Hello and welcome to week 10 of iRacing.com's IndyCar Fix series. This week we will be visiting Pocono Raceway. The race times that you should be seeing at Pocono are between 42.3, eventually dropping down to around 41.6. Faster qualifying lap times will be between 41.8 and 42.1. Please understand that these times are an estimate and they could be very different by the end of the week. This is an example qualifying run for Pocono. During your out lap, it is extremely important to be at the maximum speed possible. However, turn 3, it is possible to have too much speed and you would be forced to lift going into the corner. You want to avoid this at all costs. Therefore, I recommend that you play around with your out lap and try to find a line that provides you with the most speed possible that you don't have to lift in. For qualifying, you're going to be using 4th and 5th gear primarily. You're going to want to be in 5th gear by the time that you finish your out lap, and you're going to remain in that gear until the next time you hit turn 3. When taking turn 1, you're going to want to take a wide line. This is because the turn is actually at quite a high speed, and if you take it too sharply, you will end up in the wall. There are also numerous bumps that can throw your car off in completely different directions or affect your time greatly. Therefore, you're going to have to practice it a lot in order to find a smooth line through it. When you're taking turn 3, you're going to need to do a lift. However, it is also better to switch down at 4th. So by pairing these two together, you're going to be able to take a much faster time. When your tires are cold, you're also able to lift for a lot less time. Generally, you're going to be using the same line for racing at Pocono. There are a few differences, however. You would have to lift for a longer period of time in turn 3. You may require a lift into turn 1, and you would only be using 4th gear as you felt it was necessary. 4th gear can be dangerous in turn 3 because the car will want to rotate far more with the high RPM. Therefore, I recommend that you play around with it and find something that works for you. The starts are generally going to be flat-footed. You're generally going to be safe throughout the entire race. However, if you feel a little uncomfortable or find that you're not safe, then I would recommend just using a partial throttle start. Generally, most of your passes are going to take place out of a turn. Once you're alongside of another car, you're going to have to think about the next turn that you're going into. You may require a full lift or even a shift down to 4th gear in order to make the turn cleanly. You also need to be aware of where the car is beside you. However, the car that you have just passed also has a chance of doing another crossover on you. When you're on the outside, you should look for the opportunity to do a crossover, but you need to be extremely safe of the driver below you. The driver below could change his line slightly, making it impossible for you to make an actual crossover. You also need to be careful when making passes into turn 2 and to turn 3. If you were not able to make the pass, you need to make sure you're aware of where the other driver is. It is very easy to end up touching another driver or putting them in a position where they are no longer able to make the turn, causing you both to wreck. I hope this video has been helpful, and if you have any questions, feel free to message me and I'll reply to you as soon as I can. Thank you, and good luck.